Okay, so we're here at SCAD PAD with Steve. You are the Dean of
Academics.
And he's going to give us a tour of these three lovely little tiny homes.
We are right now in our parking deck here at SCAD Atlanta. And parking decks are amazing and interesting pieces of architecture across the United States. 50% of all parking spaces in the US sit empty. So it's amazing to be here in downtown Atlanta, and what would happen? Our students would come in, park their cars, get out, and look at this view of downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, that's an expensive view.
And they would say to themselves, why am I not living here? So they came to us and said, I want to live here. And we said, okay,
Right.
Let's try to make this happen, and let's try to address some of the real issues that are affecting your generation. Students were interested in, how do I want to live? What am I doing differently? What is my global footprint? And how much stuff do I need?
Yeah.
Do I really need to continue living in the current architectural cycle of build, destroy, and build? The greenest building in the world is one that's already built. So why not take this parking deck and have it be part of SCAD's 35-year history of adaptive reuse?
Right.
How can we take this space that has this amazing view and rethink exactly what it is? So that's what SCAD PAD really is. It is a prototype for students to come in and test and think about what the problems are in the future for their generation and actually live it, feel it, and begin to solve the problems of it.
I couldn't agree more. Let's talk about this one in particular, the North America SCAD PAD. So as you can see, we have rulers along the floor. I can see very intricate beadwork on the ceiling. And then we have a nice sitting area slash bed, I suppose. Is that
Absolutely.
what this is?
The flooring itself that you're looking at is designed by a SCAD alum, Marcus Kenny. So is the ceiling. And what he's got here, all of these yardsticks, are small family companies that used to have their yardstick as their calling card. This is the base of America. And so these are reused yardsticks that are saying and talking about the interconnectedness of family in America.
Wow, I love that detail. That's excellent. And then you also have a small kitchen over here, so it's really a very functional space. So the bed, couch area, lounging area, a functional kitchen with a small deep sink, which is really helpful. Oh, is this a one burner electric cooktop, it looks
Yes.
like? And then a fridge freezer combo.
Yep.
Lots of space here. Pull out. Top of the line, people. This is top of the line. Looks excellent. Now I'm really interested in how the bathroom works in these SCAD pads because we are in a parking lot. So I'm assuming there's water tanks underneath and there's water tanks on board. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay,
now,
great.
what's really interesting, in particular about the water usage, is the water. We were very interested in making sure that everything is as green as we can be. So all of the water is recycled, and the gray water is used in the garden that you can see out here.
Oh, excellent.
So the gray water, as well as in the back, we also have an internal composting unit. So you can produce your own composting, and students love this. So students actually came and lived here for different periods of stretches, but up to 10 weeks, as well as members of the community. They came in and were inspired by the space, and they were really excited by the fact that they could go have their own garden. They could go out and share with each other. The community aspect of the garden is really important and really interesting to me because we have students who grew up in urban settings. So many of them told stories of how they might have grown up in an apartment and literally never known their neighbors, never met them. SCAD PAD represented something completely different. As soon as they got here and they started using the community garden, they started hanging out in the community space. They began interacting with other students who were in the other SCAD PADs who weren't in their majors. They didn't know them, and realized that they were missing out on that community element that's actually really vital. So many of our students realize that the way that we're living today as a society is not meeting our economic and green needs or our psychological needs.
Right.
What do we really need as a community? So that really represents a lot of how SCAD PAD can be a community out in a parking deck.
Right. I mean, what you have here is a tiny house urban community, which is what we all want. So I think it's really great what you're doing, and I think we should move along to the next one.
Let's take a look at SCAD PAD Europe.